Hey everyone, here with Wayne. Just to introduce what we're going to be doing, we're going to have weekly videos coming out. We'll be talking about Wayne, the industry, the company, TraceSafe, of course, and whatever else is happening in the markets. We'll try and keep these upbeat. We'll be able to go over press releases, kind of get Wayne's 2 cents in the future. Obviously press releases can be boring, so of course we're going to get his insights. And for people watching this, if there's any questions you have, feel free, leave them below. We'll try and get a bunch of questions on each video as well. First things first, Wayne, how are you?
Doing great, thanks.
No, good. Well, this one's going to be straightforward. Just an intro. We're going to go into Wayne's background, a little bit about him, how he got involved with the company, shed a little bit of light on his past, hopefully some exciting things. All right. Well, Wayne, do we want to kick it off? Maybe where you went to school, and we'll go from there.
Well, my background is originally in the film and entertainment business, if you go far enough back, and got pretty deep into the financial markets. My last real job, I guess, was working as a portfolio manager, running a stat arb portfolio in the markets, and so managing that on a day-to-day basis. And that's really what led me into the technology world, was kind of all the technology that went into, the portfolio management and risk modeling and everything like that. We got really deep into the software business, started, just learning a lot about different tech startups and really started investing and spending a lot of time in that tech community. So that's really how I got into this side of the business, is being more on the quantitative side of things in that market and transitioning.
So film and entertainment, okay, interesting, of course. And then somehow you find a love for finance. You get into the investing side. What was the transition? Just curious.
Well, I was an investor, and my accountant actually, he said, "You're doing okay at your investments, but I want you to meet someone who's another client of mine. I think you'd be interested in meeting." And that turned out to be one of the biggest stat arb traders in the world. And so I quickly developed a great relationship with him, and we worked together, and a whole bunch of a team of people there for just under 10 years.
Okay, interesting. You want to talk any of the investments you made that maybe were interesting? You don't have to be the most successful, but hey, some of the projects either you guys invested in and you want to talk about?
Well, probably, our most successful investments were in the private markets. But I mean, in my portfolio management career, we started off in a bull market. We traded through the financial crisis and, transitioned into one of the greatest bull markets of all time. And so we saw a lot of different market cycles, and you see sort of different technologies and different phases of the market when you watch the markets and you move through those big macro cycles. So that was a big learning experience for me. And the thing that we learned is, you really want to be there early on in a company's life cycle. That's when your returns are the greatest. So for me, the biggest returns and the biggest winners we've had are companies where we really understood the company early on in the life cycle. We could really follow it and follow their progress and make the right introductions and introduce capital at the right times, and really be effective, kind of active participants in the success of the business. So yeah, that's really one of the reasons why I'm involved in the small cap space and in the technology space in particular. I think those are two unique things that give you a lot of leverage, right? The small cap world in general is full of leverage and ability to move fast. And the technology world, if you get the right kind of game-changing technology at the right time, that's a huge leverage point as well.
Yeah. No, interesting. We'll talk about the company, of course, in way more detail in future videos. I'll keep this as much about you, but tell me, so how does someone go from, you're a fund manager, you're seeing all these, companies you're investing in early stage, like you said, love the small cap. And then did you just find one you love and here's TraceSafe, or how did you get involved?
The way we got involved with this TraceSafe company is really through the management team. So I actually met the chairman of the company, James Passon, in New York while we were doing some other business. And we really had a good meeting of the minds. It turned into a great collaboration over time. And so you're really just working with James, talking with him about different technology trends and things that were going on in the industry is really what led us to TraceSafe, working together on the company that acquired TraceSafe, which is Blockchain Holdings. Just having an open mind and understanding what was going on in the technology space and having the ability to act on emerging technologies that we saw, you know, um, with wearables and what was happening with the world was really a lucky break.